Hello. So here we are already at week 3 of the 6 weeks to wellness. And I'm going to talk to you today about well-being foundations. And we're talking here mainly about physical well-being. We'll come on to emotional and mental well-being later. So your physical well-being and the basics that we need to get right. And you're going to probably say to me at some point during this that, well, that, yeah, of course we know that's obvious, really. We're intelligent people. We know that these things are important. But I do think it is a good idea just to remind ourselves of this, because so often we, especially in education, we actually forego what we actually know is best for us, in trying to keep on doing everything that we need to do, for our students, for our colleagues, for our families. And actually, we don't meet our own physical needs. We somehow think that they're less important. So it's really important just to reset while we've got a little bit of time during the holidays and just remind ourselves of what the basics of good physical well-being are and how we can take simple steps to prioritize them. So, what are those foundations? They are sleep, nutrition, hydration, and movement. So, let's delve into those a little bit more. Sleep. We all know that sleep's important, but it might surprise you to know that actually human beings are the only intelligent mammal, that actually willingly gives up on sleep. Any other animal, if it needs to sleep, it just sleeps. You only have to look at your pet dog or cat to see that they spend the majority of their day asleep. And if they need to sleep, they're really going to be reluctant to even do anything that they enjoy doing, like going for a walk, if they absolutely need to sleep. But us as humans, we give up on sleep. We go to bed later. We get up earlier to prioritize other things other than the rest that we need. And sleep is so important. So many things happen during sleep that we're not even aware of that are important for our physical and our emotional well-being. So we process emotions, we process thoughts, we repair cells. Sleep's so important. It's not just about not being grumpy in the morning because we're tired still. It is so much more important than that. So how can you prioritize sleep this week? And my top tip for this is just to be consistent. It can be really tempting during the holidays to, go to bed later, get up later. But actually, if you can find a happy medium where the majority of time you go to bed and you get up at the same time, your brain and your body will thank you for it, especially when it gets to September and you've got to go back to your normal workday routine that maybe isn't how you're sleeping right now. You should by now, we're 3 weeks in, have caught up on any sleep that you were lacking from the end of last term. So set that foundation now, work out what the optimum bedtime is for you, and then get up at the same time every day too. You'll get some hours back from your day as well, rather than sleeping in, that you can then spend on doing the things that you love to do. Because if you sleep away the whole of the holidays, then you've not really made the most of your time off either. Number 2 is nutrition. Now, we all know what we should be eating and what a healthy diet looks like by now. It's talked about all of the time. And I will go into this more in other things that I do over the next few months. But, we know what nutrition looks like. So what's one thing that you can do this week to start a good habit of eating healthy, nutritious food all year round? Whether that be during the holidays or, more importantly, when you get back to work and it becomes so much more difficult to prioritize that. When we're tired and we're stressed, we automatically crave unhealthy food. So what can you put in place now to prioritize your nutrition all year round. Number 3 is hydration. And I think, again, this is one that quite often, especially in education, we really dehydrate ourselves. It can be so difficult, can't it, to get to somewhere to make a drink, or maybe we're conscious of not drinking too much because then we might need the loo, and that can be tricky to even get to the loo. But it's really important that at least during the holidays we hydrate ourselves as much as possible, because again, hydration has lots of benefits that we probably don't even realize for our mental function and our physical function, and for keeping our organs in, in tip-top condition. So what can you do today just to drink a little bit more water, preferably, but just more liquid, that's going to hydrate your body, even if that's just having a water bottle with you wherever you go. And then number 4 is about movements. And I know there's going to be some of you here that are going, oh, I really don't like going to the gym, or I'm not a runner, or exercise just really turns me off. And that's not what I'm talking about. That's absolutely fine. If you are somebody who enjoys exercise, brilliant. That's not necessarily me, I have to say. But we're talking here about movement. So how can you move your body? Because moving your body is good for you physically, but it's also good for you emotionally. And it's great for helping you to manage stress. So find a way that you like to move your body that is fun for you. So that might be a kitchen disco with the kids. It might be getting out for a walk with a friend in the woods or around your town. It doesn't have to be about the gym or exercise. It's just about moving your body, not being too sedentary. Because again, this can be really difficult, can't it? We're on our feet all day in the classroom, and that feels quite exhausting, but it's not actually giving our body the range of movements, getting those endorphins pumping in the brain, and all the benefits that that can have for us physically and emotionally. So just have a think about something that maybe you can start now during the holidays, but then maybe can continue after work or at a weekend or first thing in the morning before work, once we get back to term time, to prioritize movements. And if this feels a little bit overwhelming, then just pick one of the 4. So we've got sleep, we've got nutrition, we've got hydration, and we've got movement. Which one of those do you want to prioritize this week? And do let us know in the WhatsApp community, or you can just reply to the email if you want to let me know privately, or if you need some help with it. And I will see you next week for week 4.